Janice, Auntie Janice and the wig are thriving. Do you understand? She is doing so well right now. We've got so much to update you, and right now the wig has come to speak to let us know that the RICO lawsuit that she was mentioned in has officially been dropped. The judge has dropped the 33 million RICO lawsuit against Janice Combs. A court document obtained reveals the federal complaint by plaintiff Dion Best, a former associate, against Janice and her music publishing companies was dismissed without prejudice. Best known as D1, she sued Janice, alleging she was involved in a scheme to defraud him of his intellectual property rights, royalties, and publishing venues. He accused her of knowingly using her influence and name to take away his publishing to cause emotional harm. Well, it looks like, all of the fraud and forgery and hiding is all false. And it's not true, because a judge basically had decided to drop it. The judge also found his allegations were too vague to sustain the claim, because they lacked specific facts about how and when the fraud took place. So it looks like Auntie Janice and the wig said, you're not going to catch me on my worst day, which is basically every day with that wig, but you're not going to catch me at all, catch me outside on the streets. You're not going to catch me inside the court getting sued. That ain't going to be me. Do you understand? The lawsuit has been dropped, and this is major news for Auntie Janice. Major news. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Daily and consistent content. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Listen to this video coherently, because as I've told you, everything with the P. Diddy situation is picking up like a firestorm, especially with a hearing that is happening tomorrow that is going to be major in regards to what is basically going to be the result of a new trial or an acquittal or neither. Do subscribe. It's just one click. That's all you guys have to do. It goes a long way. And let's get straight into the rest of this video. Speaking of Auntie Janice, she has written a letter to support Diddy, loads of character statements. But one thing that I think is very interesting to point out in regards to the long list of people who have written these character statements is that the majority of these people depend on P. Diddy financially. They are financially chained to this man, advertently or inadvertently, and I think that the finance connection here is a huge influence as to why so many of these people have written these letters. The children, the elder sons, the wife, not the wife, the girlfriends here and there, the mother, even the brother, all of the family are writing stuff because they're basically fighting for his will. They're trying to show loyalty. Even Carisha, all of them are trying to show, look, loyalty. This man did not go down for RICO, so his assets, his finance, his money, his properties, they're all going to be protected and passed down. This man was offering 50 million and a private jet for a bail. Like, this man's got coin in the bank and in property, and everybody wants a piece of this. That is why they have written these letters, and I think that is important to understand, and people need to make that, connection. She says, "My name is Janice Combs and Sean Combs is my only child. I am writing this letter to implore you, Honor, to please have mercy on my son. Sean has always been a loving and caring son. On December 21st, I will be 85 years old. This separation for the past year, while Sean has been incarcerated, has been excruciatingly difficult and painful for me and his children. I would like to be able to spend the last few years of my life with my son. Unfortunately, my son has made terrible mistakes in his life, which I know he recognizes. Sean was 2 years old when his father passed away." Here we go. "And I raised my son as a single mother. I was also caring for my elderly ailing mother, and I worked 3 jobs to provide my education. When my son was 9 years old, tragedy struck the family again, and we were informed that my brother had died of an overdose. My brother and my niece were my only remaining family members. Despite all of these traumatic experiences, Sean somehow managed to be a good student. He performed well in school and always promised to work hard to provide for me so that I would, not have to work these jobs ever again. I also depend on Sean for emotional support. He also looked after my health and well-being. This was crucial, as I was one and no one else was basically there to care for me. I beg your honor to let him help through the healing processes from the loss of their mother and the pain and sleepless nights they have had since Sean's incarceration. My health has deteriorated significantly the last couple of years. I had 2 brain surgeries and monthly follow-ups. I'm having a really difficult time controlling my diabetes. My doctor informed me that the diabetes has affected my heart, which may result in a stroke. I don't know how much longer I will be around, but I would love to be able to see him and his children together again." So Janice is giving us a magnifying glass into her health and basically stating that she's not doing well. She's going through it. A stroke, possibly diabetes, she really is basically having every single illness at this moment of time, trying to persuade the judge, let this man out so that he sees me before I pass away. A very convincing emotional letter, but I don't think the judge is going to buy it, because as far as I'm concerned, these mistakes are of his, and She's seen Diddy plenty of times in the courts. She's gone to visit him in prison. She's gone to go see him. None of that prevents the fact that this man can still be a violent danger to the community. None of these letters that they're supporting and putting forward actually prove that this man is not a danger to the community. That's what Judge Aruna is looking for. And they're all failing the mark, in my opinion. But this is basically what Auntie Janice has come to say. Big news for her for that the RICO has been dropped. But at the same time, bad news for her because she's letting us know that she's had brain surgery. She's got diabetes. She might have a stroke. It's affecting her heart. She's not doing well. She doesn't have long left to live. So this is crazy. But that's basically what she's come to say. Now, outside of that, guys, it looks like Diddy's lawyers are trying to throw everything they can for this hearing because they've announced that prisoners have come forward at the Brooklyn MDC to share glowing reviews of tutor Sean Diddy Combs. So 1 minute, this is what's pissing me off, because 1 minute, yesterday, they put out litigation, the defense, and they've stated that Diddy was on suicide watch and for the fact that this man was sleeping very close to these inmates. He could not sleep. He was worried for his safety. Then the next minute, you now have prisoners wanting to give glowing reviews of Diddy. So which one is it? Pick a side. This is what I mean by we, as people who are not even the judge, can poke holes in this case and their defense. Because what are you trying to say? 1 minute, there's, a lockdown going on. There's danger of the inmates. And you can't sleep properly and you're on suicide watch. You have to register yourself every couple of hours because you're scared of what's going to happen. You're scared of the people around you. And then the next minute, these prisoners are coming forward to give you glowing reviews. The lies, the lies, the lies. Because it doesn't make any sense. Like, oh my God. He has showed us that is the little adjustments to our everyday lives that add up to a big change, one prisoner said. Another one said, because of this class, I have a purpose, something to look forward to, because apparently Diddy's running classes now. He done turned into a whole teacher. He wants to be a whole lawyer. Mr. Combs' class is about setting up realistic goals and where we plan on how we are going to achieve and complete these goals on a weekly basis. My life testimonies are positive. Diddy teaches us about how chasing the easy money is the wrong way. Everybody was motivated for the lesson the class provided. In my case particularly, it had very much impact. I'm so sorry. This is giving Wattpad. Because what do you mean you've got prisoners come forward to let us know that Diddy is leading great classes? Since when is this man a teacher of influence about the wrongness that he's basically in the prison for? Can somebody make it make sense? Because we're not buying this. It just shows desperation in terms of measures, and I just find it to be insane. Mr. Combs has saved me and has an impact in my life in so many ways. I have seen firsthand how no matter his name or status, how living under these harsh, cruel living conditions, he continues to find ways to put a smile on his face and keep pushing no matter what life throws at him, not only striving to better himself, but to better everyone he encounters as a whole. I don't know, I'm not buying this nonsense, but that's basically what these prisoners have come to say, which is insane. Outside of that, Diddy is also now facing a new lawsuit. This is what I mean by everything, guys, is genuinely, guys, picking up. Former stylist and USA vs. Combs government witness Deontay Nash, who came forward to testify against Diddy, has sued Sean Diddy Combs for essay and more. Nash personally experienced sexual, physical, mental, and emotional abuse at the hands of defendants during his 10-year employment, including false tests of loyalty and manipulation, harassment and SA, physical violence and manhandling, labor, threats of harm, and threats of death. Now, already, Diddy's lawyers have come out to say that this man is basically just lying and using this to try and cause a stir for him when it's not going to work. So interesting time to drop this lawsuit against Diddy when he's going through 2 big hearings in this whole week. But Diddy officially is facing another civil lawsuit. All of them are racking up one after the other. Lil Rodney Jones and all of that is meant to start mid-October, was meant to be a civil trial. The Anna Kane stuff is still going on, which is meant to be a civil trial. So outside of Diddy and basically being in prison or not, this man is facing multiple trials. Multiple. But that wig and Auntie Janice got out of the RICO. She said, the wig said, you're not going to get me in the RICO. You're not going to get me in jail. You're not going to do all of that for me. I'm going to survive all of that. I don't know about my son, but me, I'm good. So, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect the judge to drop it, especially with prejudice, so they can't obviously refile it. But that's a big, relief for her indeed. There are multiple other letters that have been written from the elder sons, Christian Combs and all of them, but I'm not going to go through it because I feel like all of it is just nonsense, in my opinion. But, they're going to stand by their father, and them giving character statements to their father, I don't think there's anything wrong. That's their sons. That's what they should do. I'm just not buying the words that they're trying to come with. Subscribe, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. That's all you guys have to do. It goes a long way. Click that button and subscribe to the channel. Join Marauder Nation, become a Marauder. Subscribe. It's just one click. That is it. That's all you guys have to do. Send a tip if you guys wish to. It goes a long way. Madness is about to, go on, in the next 24 hours and then again next week. So we have to stay focused on all of this litigation that is pouring through, which is why I'm trying to get it to you guys in 10 minutes. Subscribe and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.